Should we start? Yes,
Yeah,
I think we
I think
should.
so.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, perfect. Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Deepa, and my goal today is to review serial number management in Althea Suite. So I'm sorry if you have a furniture business, this will not be helpful for you, as I wanted to focus only on serial numbers today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Camden, let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Perfect. So this is my demo account, and in Althea Suite, we manage serial numbers heavily, and then recently we have seen that a lot of our customers have requested that how there is a complete history of serial number, how I can allocate or reallocate it. So I thought this is a good topic to cover today. So let's go ahead and take a product which we have no stock, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm going to consider this top load washer. I'm going to copy this barcode, and there are several ways a product serial number can be added in the system. Let's keep it very simple to begin with. We are adding it as an opening stock. I already have a product with serial number. It has been marked that it is a serial number. Let me go ahead and add stock. There's a button to add opening stock. This is how normally we add your stock when you give it to us as doing with a spreadsheet. So I'm going to say I have on my Bellevue floor, I have 2 of these. At this time, when I'm adding the opening stock, this stock might also already be there. So it's saying you're modifying. I said, yeah, fine. Now it's going to ask us for the serial number. Now remember, this process, we're going to do it for you with an Excel spreadsheet. So it's important that when we get that inventory, it's correct with the correct costing and the right serial numbers. So I will just manually generate some numbers and then save that. So we have an SKU and we have stock added in the system. Now, if I start looking at that product, it'll show me you have 2 in stock. Now, the same product can be purchased. Of course, once you have added opening stock in future, we do not expect that you keep adding that as an opening stock. There is going to be a purchase, and we have a complete audit trail. When was it purchased? From who did you purchase it? And what's the cost of that serial? And what's the sale of that serial number? And what's the complete aging? How long it took for you to sell that serial number? So in the serial number manager, I will go ahead and add this product here. And meanwhile, I will go ahead and make a sale invoice for that. A lot of you guys make sales orders, and some of our customers directly make invoices. So let me cover both of them. Let's go ahead and make a sales order. At this time, I'm going to add a customer. We'll just pick any one customer from here. Add that product. It's asking me for warranty. I'll just sell it without warranty. Let's take a look at what all information I have here. I have my SKU. I do see the sales price. I also see the cost to me for that product. If I keep scrolling, it gives me option to pick the serial number, which are in hand. It also gives me option to pick the serial numbers, which are committed on any other order, so I can swap it. It also tells me what's my stock in hand at this time. This particular product is not added in any other orders. Otherwise, it will tell you how many of them are committed in any other order, how many of them are in the purchase orders. So all this information is there. These columns can be arranged based on your requirement. Even a step further, I do have options to see the warehouse is also there. I can say, okay, show me only, I can default it. By default, only show me Bellevue floor warehouse stock. I don't want to see any other warehouse stock whenever I'm making orders or invoices. There is a warehouse filter here. Once you check it, you have the setting set as default. That means next time, whenever you're creating orders, system will remember your setting and only show you stock of that warehouse. So I'm going to complete this order. You have not created a delivery schedule. That's fine. It's asking me that you have the stock, but you have not created a delivery schedule. These are enhanced options where system can give you a notification that you have stock, you have serial. Why don't you go ahead and create a schedule for this? I can do that right here. Let me do that. So I'll schedule this delivery. I can say that, okay, my North truck is available. It's going on 26th. Let me put that on that schedule. It will take 2 delivery slots and I'll save that. So I have also scheduled a delivery for that serial. And then let's go ahead and create that order. Let's pick a serial number 2. Now we have a new order created in the system, and I have talked about this in my earlier past trainings that we do auto fulfillment. It is showing you it's green. That means you have stock, you are able to schedule delivery, you are good to go. But what happens to our serial number here? I'm going to just refresh my screen so it gets updated and we can see what happened to the serial number that's added. So if you see here, the serial number got committed already, and it got updated that it's committed on order number 28. If you can further see, there's no purchase detail because I added that as an opening stock. I'm going to go back and make a purchase of the same serial number. So if I go to the purchase, add a new purchase document, we'll just select any vendor, add the same product. We're saying we're going to purchase 3 of them. Let's see it. There's no unit price. I'll add some random price here, $400, and then create that purchase. It's asking me to add the serial numbers. In Althea Suite, we manage QLN number and serial numbers. If you guys are not using this format, if you're already our existing customers, I think this is a good format because it allows you to scan your barcodes, bring them in. It also allows you to print the back order barcode stickers immediately as soon as purchase has been received. I have done this training earlier and the training should be on our website. But let me go back and generate these numbers. And save that. So now I'm going to go back to my serial number manager and let's see what happened here. Now I have a mixture of serial numbers added as an opening stock and serial number purchased. So now these are the serial numbers with the opening stock and these are the serial numbers purchased, and the extra number that you see is the QLN number. Let's go back and see what's the cost to us. It's giving me all the details. It was purchased on this document. This is the purchase date. That's the vendor name. And then this is the price at which I purchased it. So for each unit, we are saving the cost to you for your serial number. There is a lot of other information here. On these 3 dots, you can view the serial number. You can change it. By mistake, a wrong number got added. It was, well, we encourage the serial number should be added by barcode scanning. But if you are manually adding it and it's a wrong thing, it's a typo, you could just come here and then change that number and update it. This will fix that serial number. If you want to add a comment to that serial number, like I cannot think of much, maybe it's a damaged product or something like that, you could add as many comments to that serial number. If you want to see its history, so there is a history like when it came to you, when did it get sold, is there a sales return, all those histories will be saved. We have also added notes for the serial number. I think comments and notes should be similar, but it's up to you. How do you want to manage that? So over here, if a serial number is added by mistake, there is an option to delete also, but I don't think this should be in access control because I don't think we should be just deleting the serial number. Let me go ahead and go back to that order, which is already on my delivery queue, and then maybe I'm going to deliver that order. So it's in the pending delivery. Let's go ahead and find this order, or maybe the trip has already been created. Let's see that. And I want to show you how it's going to be now marked as not in hand. Let's find out. I'm just going to go ahead and complete that order as an invoice instead of going to the trip. So I will come here. I'm going to say create invoice. The reason is because that trip has a couple of more items and it'll take some time to complete that. So we'll say, okay, we're marking it as delivered, accept the money, and then complete that sale. Let's go back here and look at my serial number. We just added that order, completed the invoice, and marked it as delivered. If you come back to the serial number, it became not in hand. You've already sold it. It got automatically updated with the customer name, who has that, well, their number, the invoice number, the order number, invoice date, invoice age, meaning I just added it and I sold it. So it was actually sold in 0 days. So this is for the serial numbers, which are in your system added as an opening stock, and then you're selling it. And I was trying to tell you the complete life cycle of it, how it gets managed here. Now, there are a lot of times you have a mismatch of serial number. Maybe for some reason the stock is added, but you can't find the serial number. Or maybe you have serial number in hand, but you're in the rush and you just want to add it and finish that invoice and add that stock later on. So let's go ahead and find a product where I don't have any inventory count, and we'll take a look at it. So here we go. I'm going to copy this one and we're going to make an invoice directly here. So when we are making invoice, I add a customer, I add the product, we'll say no warranty. I want to deliver this product. And at this point, oh, there is a serial number in hand, but I will ignore that. I'm going to come here to the 3 dots. I have a new serial in hand, which is not in the system. I can go ahead and add a serial number right here. I can say I have a serial number in hand. It's 8888 and add it. Remember, this serial number is getting added just as a serial number. It is not correlating to the stock. You're adding a missing serial number. You might already have a stock, but the system is showing a missing serial number. So you're quickly adding it there. So once that is added, and now I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, this is delivered, accept the payment. We're going to close this sale and say save. I'm going to go back to the serial number manager. We'll find that SKU again. Go to inventory. Let's go to serial number manager and see if we can find the serial number. I just want to copy the serial number that I made the invoice with. So if you're adding a serial number randomly by hand, we have given that option, but I just want to remind everybody that you are creating a stock mismatch. So we have to be careful that do you have stock? That's why you're adding that missing serial number. Now, there are other situations that you made a sale and the serial number has been added, and now you have also delivered the product, but it's a mistake. The serial number was added by mistake and the wrong number is added. You could easily go to the view mode. You do not have to modify that invoice. We try to modify invoice as much as possible because invoice is a financial document where you have all the sales accounts updated, cost of goods updated. So you have this option, reserve inventory. This opens the invoice and shows you all different products in that invoice with its serial number. You can at any time come here and change the serial number. If you have already added something, you could add something else, and that will remove the earlier one and allocate a new one. You also have option to replace faulty serial number. That means you're bringing back current serial number is 888. I'm saying that I'm bringing this back because when I did this delivery, something that happened wrong. It was a scratch or something. So of course, you don't want to bring it to your main warehouse. You could bring it to your damaged Bellevue warehouse. So this action is going to internally create a stock in of that serial number in this warehouse, and that will allocate this serial number to that. This is very important step if you are handling a serial number damage where something got delivered. I am showing this and I'm saying it again. If there is a damage of serial and it's only the serial that needs to be replaced, it could be done with a swap here rather than modifying the whole invoice or making a sales return and changing it. And I can replace it. The selected warehouse has a different serial number. It will create a stock transfer document operation because we need to have an audit trail that how did this serial come here? That's correct. We'll say yes and go ahead and save it. Now, if you see here, I'm going to save, close that invoice. And if we say show serial number for that topmost invoice, a new serial number got allocated and 8888 is not there. Let's go ahead and find out where is that one which I brought back. So I'll go back to my serial number manager. So the one I swapped, I put that in my warehouse, which is a damaged product warehouse. So I will go back to the serial number manager and see if it has been added there or not. So if you see this 888, currently it's sitting at the damaged Bellevue warehouse. It is in hand. Now, if you want to sell it, you can with a discounted price, or it can go back to return to the manufacturer and you can get a credit memo. We're going to do that whole training about how to do the scratch and dent handling while you are making a purchase right there. Also, you could have a scratch and dent, or maybe during the sales return, or maybe just inside in your inventory, you have found some scratch and dent, and that has happened because of mismanagement at your warehouse. How you could quickly create a new model out of that and make a sale. I will review that in one of the sessions in future. But this is how you need to quickly swap the serial number and replace a new one. Now, a couple more things. I covered how to add the serial number in the sales order. I covered how to add the serial numbers in the sales. And I have already reviewed earlier how to receive products with the serial number, but we will do it again today. So one of the biggest challenge is when GE and Samsung, LG, when they're sending the products, there is always an extra digit as a revision number, and that creates a problem in barcode scanning. So we have taken care of that. I am going to quickly go ahead and then create two POs for the same vendor for two different products. So let's say Acuity, and then I'm going to create a PO for this product that I'm receiving, one of them, and then PO is created. Let's put some cost here. Let me create one more PO for the same vendor, and we'll add some other product. We'll just pick the topmost one. Asking for the warehouse. So now I have two purchase orders, PO number 16 and 17, that I have created for this vendor Acuity that we are supposed to receive. Now, vendor is going to send everything together. There's a heavy chance everything comes together in the same truck. So you could create an unload schedule. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, today a truck is coming for Acuity. You are receiving the stock at Bellevue warehouse. And then it is going to show you all the open POs for that manufacturer. I am going to receive truck 16 and 17 PO numbers are supposed to be received. So you created a schedule for your warehouse to receive this as a purchase today. And then, of course, at this time, we are going to scan the serial numbers and add the inventory. This is the best way to get the stock in the system because there is no data error. You're receiving what is in the truck. You're scanning the serial number right there. If you have a barcode scanner, which scans a QR code, and it does not have to be very expensive scanner. Barcode scanners, which are worth $50, $60 also can scan a QR code. Your warehouse person is going to do unload truck. Now they know what they are receiving. if I add this product and give a space, and that's how your barcode is going to be. There is going to be a space or a revision number in that barcode. That's why a normal barcode is not readable, but we have handled it. If you scan it and enter it, it immediately scans that product, and that 02 being your revision number, it's going to save it as a revision number in the database. If you scan the QR code, the serial number will also get scanned right there. So you eliminated the whole step of scanning or manually entering the product, then the revision number, then the serial number. Scan that QR code and enter everything at the same time. Here's a QLN number generated, so I'll add an extra digit to that and create my serial number. Now I go back and I receive the next product. And I again scan it. Once again, it's saying add the serial number. I hope I'm making it clear. You are receiving the products which has a manufacturer barcode on it, but manufacturer barcode has extra digits on that, which makes it very difficult to scan. And that's why a lot of people do not scan the serial numbers in, but they manually add it. But this process eliminates that step and lets you add your serials with ease and without any data entry mistake. Now at this time, I'm going to scan one extra. Maybe GE sent, I'm sorry, not GE, AQT sent another extra product. I'll scan that serial number again. If I enter it, okay, maybe you're ready to accept an extra product on the truck. So that serial number is supposed to be unique. So I might have added something which is already in the system. So it gave me error that this serial number already exists. So now it said keep aside, meaning you have received a serial, but you do not have a purchase for that. You never created a PO. Do you really want to receive it? Now, warehouse team maybe is not able to make that decision. They can leave it as it is and keep this unload schedule on hold and let the manager decide that. Manager can come back and say, hey, no, we are not going to receive it. We're rejecting it. Or they can receive it by allocating a PO here. I'm just going to go ahead and reject it. Complete the unloading. A lot of things happen here. Your serial numbers can be printed. You can put the tags right there. So it opens the serial number. Give me a minute. There are several formats. Right now, this is not the best format to show, but the serial numbers can be printed. The QLN can be printed and then stick it on those products right there. But something else happened here. If you go back to my both the POs, my both purchases have been received with that step. So barcode scanned, serial number added, the purchase has been completed, the PO has been updated as received. And if I go to my stock, let's go to this stock transactions. We take a look at there, you see that stock is in. So we are trying to make things simple, make things faster by eliminating data entry mistakes, receive the stock by barcode scanning. There is a lot more that happens. Your order automatically gets updated. Okay, it is ready to be fulfilled. It gets a green color. If there is a back order, serial number automatically goes back and gets assigned to that order. So we encourage heavily to use these processes to make full use of the system. I'm getting very close to the end of this thing, but let me just show a few more things that we have added here. On your invoice screen and on the sales order screen, if you are checking here, we have recently added show consolidated item list. This is going to change the view of your order screen. It's a very powerful window. It's going to tell you how many total orders you have so far in your system for your products, how many are short quantity, how many are pending on dispatches, pending on invoices. So there is a detailed explanation of this screen and how many more backorder POs or POs you need to generate from this screen. You could do that. You could allow multiple selections and combine almost all of them and create a backorder PO. A very powerful, once again, very powerful screen here where a lot of actions can be taken and you can quickly decide what should your next purchase be. Some more things I want to cover. as we are focusing on serial numbers. So we want to manage serial numbers throughout the life cycle. So if you are here, you're doing a stock transfer. I come here, I do a stock transfer, select the warehouse. You could scan by serial number, you could scan by QLN, or you could scan by barcode. It does not have to be that you have to always scan by the model number, or you could always, like the old way, just add it manually here. So if you have a product which is serialized, let's take a look at that. Okay, this one is there. I can add the model number. I'm doing a stock transfer. At this time, I'm saying I'm moving my stock from Bellevue warehouse to damaged Cedarburg. It's showing me I have one in hand. When I save this, it's going to ask me, you're moving the stock, pick the serial number you're moving. Please make sure that these steps are followed and don't skip it, because then there will be a mismatch. You will have a stock at one location and you will have a serial number at another location. So this needs to be taken care of. These are small things. If your team takes care while they're doing the transactions, it removes the problems later on. Oh, I have extra serials, my stock is not matching, because nobody took care of the things when they were doing it. On the stock screen, once again, if you come to any product which is serialized, on the three dots, you have the option to edit serials. Over here, it shows you all the serial numbers in hand. Edit meaning you will only edit it if a wrong serial number has been added, a number is wrong. But if you see here, it's showing me serial numbers in the system are 4. My stock is only 2. So I have 2 extra serial numbers. That shouldn't have happened in the perfect scenario. But something went wrong. Either I made a sale and I never added a serial number, or I received a purchase and I never added a serial number. So there is a mismatch here. We also have a system report that tells you about how to get these mismatches and fix your data. So this is important for us to know that at any time in the perfect data, the mismatches should not be there. I think I've covered a lot. Our time is also over. If anybody has any questions, we are happy to answer.
Please verbally ask your questions now. I did mute everybody, so just a heads up if you're trying to ask us a question, we can't hear you, you're probably muted. So will you send a copy of the recording? No, I actually have a link in the chat where we post all of our recordings now. I will resend it right now. So if you want to just bookmark that link, every single recording ever that we've ever filmed in these weekly trainings will be there from now on. Of course.
This is actually a page on our website.
Mm-hmm.
Where earlier when we started training, we missed recording it with the excitement that we had. That now we are recording it and we are adding it there, so you can access any training sessions. Yeah. Perfect. If nobody has questions, I think we are good. I want to keep these sessions short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to everybody who joined. Next week, I'm going to do a training on managing scratch and dent. So that's our topic for next week. It's a new release we are doing. It's good to bring it up in the morning session to show everybody who wants to learn about it. Please join that session, and then we'll also send an email as a reminder. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.